Yo, what's up? Welcome back, guys. Hopefully you can see me over the top of this behemoth I have on my workbench. This is my Trx4, started out as a G-Wagon, has a lift kit on it. You've probably seen this in some other videos before. If not, check out my playlist for Trx4 and you'll see a bunch of videos on this. Anyway, yeah, it has the lift kit in it so that I can run these big 5.75 Proline Baja Pro X tires. Really like it in this setup for, especially for the winter around here, getting into some mud and snow, and just makes it a lot more capable in terms of like bad conditions, deep leaves and stuff. But anyway, what I'll be testing out in this video are these E-Viratrue 2.2 Beadlock wheels. Now you're going to say, what's the difference? The 2.2 Beadlock wheel is the same across the board. And for the most part, you're right. These do have some differences that I want to point out, and there's pros and cons to it, but I just want to make sure you guys are aware of them before you go out and spend the money. These are not the cheapest wheels, but they are extremely nice, very nice machining, 7075 aluminum. Okay, so let's take a close look at this wheel. You'll notice there is no beadlock clamp ring on this style. This is a true beadlock wheel like you would see in a full-size truck, where it clamps the bead of the tire in on both sides with all of these screws. I think there's about 19 on each side. So what I found, there is a bit of an advantage to this because you don't need to fully remove the rings on either side to mount the tire. You can just loosen the screws so that you have this gap on both sides, pop the rim into the tire, and then I use a little bit of soapy water around the bead and just pull it out over the rim, and the bead pops right into place there, and then you could go around and snug up all of your screws. I'll show you that in a second, but overall, very nicely machined wheel. There is no removable hub. These screws here are just kind of for aesthetics. This hub is entirely one piece, so you cannot change the offset by changing the hub on this wheel, so just make note of that. I will get a offset measurement for you guys just so you know what we're looking at here. In fact, let me do that right now. So overall, these are my very high-tech scientific calipers here. We're looking at about 29 millimeters on the inside, so it's a fairly narrow rim, especially for a 2.2, which I kind of like. I'll show you how these build up, but they do look nice. From ring to ring, if they were clamped fully, they are 35. So according to my measurements here, hopefully I did it right, this is a -17 offset. So what that means is these are going to be spaced out. It's going to give you a much wider stance than most standard wheels do. You'll see offsets listed. Most Amazon wheels, they're pretty good about listing them. And you'll see even a lot of the deep dish are a -11. So this is going to be even more negative offset. So again, a really wider stance. And you can see that by how far the flange is here on the hub, how close it is to the rear of the wheel. So it's really going to push this wheel out. And let me show you guys. So just make note of that. You know, if you're looking for a wider stance, this is a great way to achieve that without doing any type of extended hexes or spacers or anything like that. These are how they mount up. Super nice looking. And the bead, I mean, it's tight, man. When you snug up all these screws, there's no way this is ever coming out. Okay, so I don't have a spray bottle here, so we're going full manual mode here. I did vent these using my little leather punch and just put 2 little holes, opposing holes. So yeah, again, there's no beadlock ring, so just take this and pop it in. Then what I found, and this is the technique here, hold it upside down so that ring is hanging down, and then just take the tire itself and make sure that ring is popped out, and you almost like hear it kind of pop in place. And just make sure it's even around the outside there. You kind of give it a little bit of a squeeze, and that's it. It's pretty much seated. You just now need to go around and tighten all these. Another benefit to this style wheel, where you don't have a beadlock ring, it is lighter weight than most wheels. These are 84 grams a piece, and for a 2.2 aluminum beadlock, that's fairly light. But what they are great for is a vehicle like a Rift, a Bomber, or even like I'm going to use them on my TRX4, which is set up now as like a trail truck, mud truck. So I am looking for some more wheel speed on that truck. So I don't really want to run heavy wheels on that thing. And these are a great option for that reason alone. Okay, so onto some running video here. And speaking of weight, that's the biggest thing I noticed changing over to these wheels. These saved about 75 grams per wheel over the wheels that I had on here before, and I'm using the exact same tires and foam. So it's pretty astonishing the amount of weight difference between just certain wheels. So I just had some, I think 2.2 RC Lions brand, maybe something off Amazon, and they were significantly heavier than these, and noticeable difference in terms of just wheel speed, like just being able to kind of just roost up some mud like this. Truck just reacted so much faster with these lighter wheels. Now, of course, there is a trade-off for that, and I did notice a decrease in stability, right? The truck wasn't able to do the steepest little climbs that it could definitely do in the past. So if I were keeping this thing as kind of more of like a crawler setup, I would definitely just add some Endura silicone inserts, at least on the front wheels, to get some of that weight back. Actually, all the weight back. Those inserts do weigh about 75-80 grams a piece, and that would pretty much solve the problem of the lack of weight. It might even work out better just having the extra weight up front and not in all four wheels. So these wheels are going to live on this truck, at least for the time being. Running this thing as a bit of a trail basher and mud truck, I think they work out perfectly fine. And then they're going to be swapped over to my Axial Bomber because I don't want heavy wheels on that truck either, and I need something really strong and durable, and I think these are going to be perfect for that. Yeah, overall, very happy with these wheels. They look great. Very nice machining, 7075 aluminum. You know they're going to be durable. They do have that nice wide stance because of the negative offset on these. So if you want to check them out, I will link them up down below. He does list these as fitting SCX10 and Axial Rift RBX10, but you know, they're pretty much universal. You just got to pay attention to your offset and your sizing and what size tires you want to run. And you can put these on anything that runs a 12 mil hex. You're not going to have any issues. So I'll link these up down below. He has a lot of wheels to offer. All of them are extremely nice. So it's just a matter of figuring out which one works best for you. You see here, I pushed it a little too hard and broke my plastic panhard mount, so I got to pick up an aluminum one. But that's it, guys. Catch you in the next video. Later.